Good evening, friends. Hope you're all doing well and are all safe. In India or worldwide, we are having the increase in the Omicron cases, and hope you're all taking precautions. I think it is increasing, so I request all to take precautions and be safe. And specifically safer as we can expect more restrictions again for crew changes. So, and store staff are going to have a tough time again with the restriction increasing. So please take care. And this video we will be covering licenses. We have been seeing flag state and the definition of flag we started, and we came to endorsements. Now from there endorsements we have license and courses. So we are starting on licenses today. I do give a sneak peek in all the videos of what is coming next, so that you have an idea of what we are going to cover in the next video. Anyways, in this video we will be covering the deck side licenses. I think if we have time we will go for the engine side also, but we will see how is the session going, and we will take it up accordingly. And thank you so much for being with me till now, and hope you will be continually seeing all the videos and getting all the information and knowledge out of it. Thank you so much, and let's go into the video. Good evening, everyone. Let's go into the license and courses. We have been covering of late all the documentation part. So today we will start with licenses and for the tech department, and we will continue with engine side and ratings in the days ahead. First, licenses for deck officers. How have I segregated this slide? Basically, I have given 4 information to you. One is the capacity, the other is the tonnage, the third is the area, that is where the ship is going to trade, area of trading where it is going, and the regulation which you need to refer for the capacity and tonnage. So if you have a COC, how will you know whether this seafarer is okay for your ship? Okay, so how will you get to know that? The certificate of competency. This we are talking about licenses, meaning it is certificate of competency. Okay, so licenses is a very colloquial term what we use, but in the maritime parlance we use certificate of competency. That is, we are not getting what is the difference between, let us cover that first. What is the difference between the degrees what you get ashore for different courses which you do, and these courses which you learn on your job. There are 2 different kinds of licenses or rather certificates, you can tell. The first one what you get ashore after doing degree, that is called certificate of merit. You have read, you have done the subjects, etc., and then the knowledge wise. It is not, they don't give you a certificate that you can do this job confidently, competently. That nobody gives you the certificate. It's the certificate says you have read this and you have this knowledge of these subjects. That's it. In case of the licenses where it is issued in the Merchant Navy, which we call the certificate of competency, the difference here is that the organizations, or rather the governments, the flag states which issue your certificate of competency, tell the world that this person, this officer is competent enough to operate this kind of a ship, this size of a ship in this area. So that is what is the difference between the certificates what is issued in the Merchant Navy, or the different ranks what we use in the Merchant Navy, and the shore-based requirements what they are, shore-based courses what is being given. So let's go into the details. First we will talk about the officer of the watch. Officer of the watch is basically the third officer and the second officer. Second officer and the third officer, and the tonnage, it is greater than 500. What is 500? GRT. This tonnage what we have mentioned here is basically the gross registered tonnage. I'm very sure everybody knows about the what is gross registered tonnage. If not, please comment and I can do a separate video on different types of tonnages. We have gross registered tonnage, we have net registered tonnage, we have Suez Canal tonnage, we have Panama Canal tonnage. So you have different various kinds of tonnages. We can have a small video on what are different types of tonnages, and please comment and we can do a video separately. In this video, I think that is out of the purview of this video. So let's not divert from the topic. And this is gross registered tonnage. Okay, gross registered tonnage. If it is more than 500, then and the area of operation is worldwide, meaning the seafarer can join a ship which trades worldwide. It can start from India, go to Japan, then go to US, anywhere around the world he can sail on board and perform the duty of third officer and second officer. Okay, this regulation what you have to see is the 2/1. That is the 2 is written in Roman numerals and the dash and then 1. Okay, so this is what is the regulation, and what regulation we are talking about. This is the STCW regulation. Okay, STCW, what is STCW? It is Standard of Training Certification Watchkeeping for Seafarers, which is what I have told is book of rules. Okay, the book of rules may you have various regulations, and regulations we will not again, if you go to structure of STCW, you have code, you have guidance, you have tables, a lot of things. So for us it is not that important to go into the various details. So let us stick with what is minimum required for us. What is the significance of this is this is what will be mentioned in his COC, certificate of competency. So when you are checking, we will do a video later of what all things to be checked in a certificate of competency. When you get it, how does it look like, what are the things you need to specifically check in each of the COC when you are getting a seafarer's license. Then it should not be we have the license but I have not checked this, I have not checked that. So there can be a lot of complications where you are looking at different kinds of ships. If you have different types of ships in your organization, then there might be many seafarers with different kind of certification. So in that case, it becomes very, very important that you see what kind of license they have and what are the license. How you should read the licenses is a very important topic. Okay, second one, officer of watch, third officer and second officer, less than 500 GRT. And this is also the area of operation is worldwide. In that case, which are the regulations? It is 2/3 and 2/1. Basically, what is the meaning of this 2/3 and 2/1? Why there are two regulations talking about this? 2/3 is basically referring to 2/1. So that is why it is 2/3 and 2/1 I have mentioned. Okay. Again, 2 is chapter 2. The chapter 2 is for deck. Chapter 3 is for engine. So that is why this is 2/3 and 2/1. So these are all the regulations. Chapter 2 regulation 1. Chapter 2 regulation 3. Okay, that is what is the meaning of this. Next is again officer of the watch, third officer and second officer, less than 500. But the difference here is near coastal. What is this near coastal? This is not this total, the full word, full phrase is near coastal voyages, NCV. Okay, you had home trade before the 2010 convention, so which are all converted into the NCV notation, that is the near coastal voyages notation. Okay, so in that case the regulation which is mentioned is 2/3. You can go through the regulations. I will you can get a copy of the STCW convention from the net very easily. You can download a PDF, or if you have a book in the office, please go through that. And or otherwise you can also Google. There are a lot of information which gives exactly the regulations. You just type regulation 2/3 of STCW convention, it will give you all the details. You can go through and read. I didn't want to go into deep here because that requirement is not there for us. It is only we need to know whether COC has this mentioned or not mentioned. That's it. So for example, if you have a third officer or a second officer and you have a ship which is less than 500 GRT and the vessel is going to do a near coastal voyage. Again, near coastal voyage is defined by the flag state or the port state, meaning the countries decide what is the meaning of near coastal voyages. For India, it is the coast of all the neighboring countries which is considered near coastal voyage. For India, Persian Gulf is not considered a near coastal voyage. It doesn't mean that the seafarer can go anywhere in the world, and if he is doing coastal voyages in that country, that is not considered a near coastal voyage. You have near coastal voyage defined by every country separately. Okay, so don't be in the impression that if I have near coastal voyages, I can do coastal voyages in any part of the world. That is not correct. Okay, that is not allowed. So be careful if you are selecting seafarer. So you should understand what is the meaning of near coastal voyage. You should understand what COC he has. He has a Ukrainian COC, he has Indian COC, or he has a Sri Lankan COC, so he has an Indonesian COC. Based on that, you have to find out which country, what is the definition of near coastal voyage. You need not go anywhere. If it is a NCV certificate, it's a near coastal voyage certificate, the COC itself will define. Okay, all the information are always provided in the certificate of competency. You need not look for any array. Now I have an Indonesian COC. I don't know where to go and search for what is the definition of near coastal voyage. For Indonesian, it will surely be mentioned in the certificate of competency itself. Okay, so please go through that. Nowadays it's coming. The COC is coming in a very compact form. The UK MCA started giving credit card sized licenses, so we might not have much of the information, but most of the information which is pertinent to that certificate of competency will be mentioned in the certificate. Okay, so please ensure you are always going through the certificate of competency once you get it with the type of ship which you are going to man with that seafarer. Now coming to the chief officer and master, greater than 3000 worldwide, the regulation is 2/2. Okay, greater than 3000, what is 3000? It is GRT. Okay, greater than 3000 GRT of the vessel and trading worldwide, then the regulation what we need to look at in the COC is 2/2. Okay, chief officer and master greater than 500, less than 3000. So this is in between, greater than 500 and less than 3000 GRT worldwide. Again, this is covered in the regulation 2/2. Chief officer and master less than 500 near coastal voyages, and this is mentioned in 2/3. What happens if it is greater than 500 and it is not near coastal? Then obviously 2/2 will apply. Okay, so the 2/3, if the seafarer has a certificate of 2/1 or 2/2, then 2/3 area is automatically covered in 2/2 and 2/1. So if a seafarer has a 2/1 or a 2/2 certificate, then he can go on 2/3 certificate licenses. Where 2/3 license is only required, 2/2 license or 2/1 license as per the rank can operate those vessels. Those certificates are superior to 2/3 certificates or the near coastal voyages certificate. If I have a worldwide certificate, I can join a ship which is doing near coastal voyages and certificate will be valid. Again, the reverse is not applicable, where you have a near coastal voyage certificate and you want to go to a trading vessel which is worldwide, that is not acceptable. Okay, last one, chief officer master less than 500 and worldwide. Again, as I mentioned, it is 2/3 and 2/2. Why I have mentioned 2/3 and 2/2? 2/3 is where the regulation, which regulation it mentions, and 2/2 is where it references to. Basically, if it is 2/3 and it is less than 500 and it is worldwide, then automatically 2/2 starts to become applicable. Okay, so this completes the list of licenses, various kinds, various scenarios I have given you. If you still you have some scenario where you feel I have not mentioned it, please put it in the comments. I will take it up and I will give an explanation of what is the licenses which would be required in case that in that scenario where which is not covered in this. Okay, thank you so much for viewing this video. And the next one what we will be going to will be seeing is the engineering officers licenses. Okay, there are a lot of licenses for engine officers also. Engine officers, here it doesn't mention only the engine officers, we have the electrical officer also here. On the deck side we do not have anybody special like that, but in engine officers we will have the electrical officers also included in this. Okay, thank you so much for viewing the video, and I'm sure you have gained something from this video. Please continue to support the channel, and please share this content. This is very important and very informative content which is required for all in the shore industry and also seafarers who want to understand in depth what is happening, behind the scenes. So please share it and like this video. Thank you so much.